It was me. I was looking for a sign. Then I saw you in the corner, and I asked you for the time. And I'm sure I heard you laughing as we left with all your friends. But you stayed until the morning, and then you stayed again.
Drummers, how's it going? It's your friend Alan here from drumgrades.com. Today we are looking at Trinity College London Drum Kit 1. We're looking at grade 2 specifically, and we're on page 20. We're looking at the awesome tune Can You Hear Me by Ben Beer. And I have to say, I'm so impressed with this song, like I'm impressed with many of the songs in this Drum Kit 1 book. They're really fantastically well written, really well put together, beautiful sounding pieces. Lovely drum parts as well. So you guys have heard my performance of the song. For the most part, we're talking fairly straightforward beats and some fairly straightforward fills, and we're just going to take it one line at a time. Right, so the introduction, it starts off with a 4-click counting, and then the piano comes in. And as you can see on the top line, we've got the big black line with a 4. That tells us we have to wait 4 bars. As we're in 4/4, we've got 4 beats per bar. That means we need to count from 1 to 4 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 4 bars of 4/4. I'm sure you guys understood that anyway. Just listen to the piano, lock in with that, count along, and then we're in on line 2, bar 5. So as you can see, it says tight hi-hat. We're crashing in. Let me demonstrate line number 2 from bar 5 to the end of bar 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go, guys. 4 fairly straightforward bars. We crash in, and on bar 5, we have just your basic 2 beats on the bass snare, 2 beats on the bass snare. So that would be 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Or if you're counting it in an 8-beat, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With that bass on the 1 and the 2, and then the 5 and the 6. So let me demonstrate that bar nice and slowly, crashing in. And then the next bar, bar 6, is virtually the same, but we have another bass drum right on the final 8th note of the bar. Now that bass drum has more relevance when you combine it with the next bar, which would be bar 7, because we've got 2 bass drums at the start of that bar. Essentially, guys, bar 7 is exactly the same as the first bar of this line, bar 5, just minus the crash. So we get double bass snare, double bass snare. But as I was saying, when you combine that with that final beat on the bass drum of bar 6, you get 3 basses in a row there. So we would get this if I played bar 6 and bar 7 in a row. See if you can hear those 3 bass drums in a row. The 1 on the end of bar 6 and then the 2 at the start of bar 7. So not easy to get your bass moving that quickly, but with a bit of practice, it's fairly straightforward. Let me try that again for you. There we go, and then we come to the end of the line and we have our first fill. We play our double bass snare, our double bass, but now the last quarter note of the bar has been replaced with a little fill, and we come over onto the snare drum and we're playing our good old friend, the Lemonade. And that's all it is, guys. So there we have it. Why don't we try the whole of that second line again from bar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Moving on into line 3, bar 9, all the way to the end of bar 12. We have virtually the same thing we just played in the line.